Hi, everyone. This is Gail, and welcome to my live stream. I need your vote, and we're going to talk about why you should vote for us. First, let me tell you about what we're doing. Give me just a second. I think we have somebody that's going to be in. I'm going to wait on her for a second. In the meantime, my name is Gail, and welcome to my Be Bodacious channel, where we're all about not letting life get in the way of living. And you guys, some of you gals and girls probably know that I've had good old shingles. Was diagnosed last week. I'm doing a lot better, but my eye still wants to swell, and it's a little it's a little slow to come and get with the program. So if I do something weird with my facial features, that's why. So please overlook that. Okay. So our live stream tonight, I'm so excited to be able to talk to you all about this because ta-da, we are in the running for a Reelies. And Reelies, they're calling the Emmy of Reels. So whether you do Facebook or whether you do Instagram Reels, that's what they're talking about. So, I was invited to participate in the Reelies a couple of months ago, and I submitted the clip of Pepsi alerting for my blood sugar. So I did that, and let me see if I can actually just let me pull this up so you guys can get an idea. Pepsi being my service dog, and he does two different kind of alerts when it comes to blood sugar. The first one is if it's low, he gives me this fixed stare. Then he starts pawing at me. Then if he still doesn't get my attention from pawing at me, then he'll like jump in my lap and do things just to get my attention. So, he does that, but that's for low blood sugar. Once in a while, generally, if I'm on steroids, my blood sugar skyrockets. Okay, so fortunately, I'm not on. I don't have steroids that much, fortunately, so I don't have too much of a problem with a high blood sugar. And the reason I'm telling you all of this is because I submitted clip to the film festival about him alerting to high blood sugar. And let's see, that is not the right one. Um, Give me just a second, and I'll pull that up. So for the high blood sugar, what Pepsi does is he starts grabbing my shirt and pulling me around. And the first few times that he did this, I thought, oh my gosh, have I got like a training problem going on? So I wasn't really sure. So one day he did it, and I realized that he is pulling me over to the corner of the kitchen where my kit is. I'm going, huh? So I grabbed the kit and I decided I'm going to try that and just see if that's what's going on. And sure enough, my blood sugar at that point was 176, I'm thinking, which is not that high for a lot of people. But for me, my blood sugar usually runs in the range of 100, and it's supposed to be around like 90 to 100, something like that, or 80 to 100. I forget what the full scale is, but mine's usually right at 100, touch lower. And that's a pretty good one for me. So I don't know if it freaks him out or what. Let me show you just part of the little clip. It's a shorts. And he is very, very insistent about this, where he's grabbing my shirt and pulling me around. So I did this little shorts, and let me just let you see him. He is not taking no for an answer. I'm like, whoa, stop, whoa. He's pulling me all over the kitchen. I go get my kit. I'm like, okay, I'll check it. Boom. It was indeed high. So that's what he does for the high blood sugar. So when I got the email about the film festival, about the Reelies, I thought, well, I'm just gonna try it, see what happens. So I did, and we were out of all the people. I just had no clue that we would do so well. So out of all the entries for the Reelies, out of all of them, they picked 5 finalists. Okay, and of those 5 finalists, we were one of them. And Bipsy is the only service dog, the only one to have reached the finals. Yay! So I'm super stoked, super excited. I don't know if you could tell that I'm excited, but I am. So that's why I need your vote, because after you become a finalist, then the rest of it is it's popularity, basically. It's all about how many likes that you can get. So yeah, that's why I need your vote. And I'm going to link it. I have actually created, there we go. I've actually created a video on how to do that. And I've got a comment up in the comments tab. Hey, Gloria, it's been a while since I've seen you. Welcome. Yeah, good to see you. So, all right. So I've got a thing in the comments tab about it. And I'm just going to go through this really quick so everybody knows how to vote for me. I'm super stoked. And, honestly, in some way, I kind of feel like we've already won, because for a service dog to get to become a finalist is a huge deal. Not just for Pipsy and I, not just for service dogs, but just people who have a disability are sometimes overlooked and kind of belittled by society, and that definitely didn't happen here. So super stoked. So that's why I kind of feel like in some ways that we've already won. But anyway, here we are, the Reelies website. Meet the finalists of the Reelies 2024. Yay! So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Reelies, by your social team. You're going to go meet the finalists of the Reelies. Then we've got 5 categories, and there's going to be 1 trophy for each category. So 5 trophies. And you go over not concept, not creative skills, not visuals and audio, not performance and production, but go into entertainment. We're going to click that. Meet our finalists and vote for the winners. Now, here's where it gets a little bit detailed. I don't want it. You want to be detail oriented, because you want to pay close attention to this, because here's where it could be a little confusing. So go into the Reelies, go into entertainment categories, and then you want to go to the pet category, because even though Pipsy's not a pet, that's where we had to enter them. So go past the funniest reel, go past the most embarrassing reel. You're going to actually wind up scrolling about 3/4 of the way down the page. Go past the worst reel ever. Ta-da! You're going to get to the best pet reel. And here we are, best pet finalist number 4. Here we go. It's Pipsy pulling on my shirt. That's the screen that you see. Finalist 4, Gail Crabtree. Okay. So come over here. I don't know which way I'm pointing on the screen. But anyway, go over here to where it says select the winner below. All right. All you're going to do is click on it and follow the prompts. So this is a drop down menu. Go to finalist 4, type in your first name, type in your last name, add your email. Want to be added to your social team email list and be invited to watch the winning ceremony online? Yes or no? And then you're going to submit. And after you submit, you should get a screen that up in the top. I've already voted, so I don't want to mess things up. But up in the top left-hand corner, you're going to see something that says thank you or thanks. And that's how you know your vote was recorded. So it's such a huge deal to be a finalist. There's no other video in this that's got a service dog, at least not that I found, and I think I've looked at all of them. So it's a really, really big deal. So now I'm not going to get the results quick, and I don't know how many people are voting for us or not voting for us, because all of that is hidden until the middle of next month. Let me show you what they're doing. I'm just going to pull it up because I want you all to, be familiar with the website so you know exactly where to go for voting. So going back into the Reelies show, thereelies.show/the event, stuff up here. There's a red carpet event and award ceremony happening at the Plaza Theater in Atlanta. The after party is going to be at the Hotel Claremont, which is a few blocks away, I understand. And they're not going to release the results until the 15th of September, 7:30 p.m. at the Plaza Theater and red carpet award ceremony. So here's some of the photos that they've got up, the gallery about Atlanta and the theater, and there's the awards that we hope to get. We want one of them, just one, because that's what we're submitted for. It says, get dressed up, come network, and create content on the red carpet and celebrate our winners. There you go. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be able to go to Atlanta. We'll just kind of have to see about that because, costs involved. There's tickets, there's the hotel, there's gas. But I still hope we win. And you can click on over here and find out about the jury that we had, who, I don't know, this jury, oh my gosh, not only are they recognized household names, but they must have the patience of saints to go through all of the entries and then pick the ones that are finalists. So I'm so stoked. I am so stoked because it's just something I never thought I would ever be able to do, and to be a finalist is huge. And it's all about Pipsy. Hey, Valerie, how are you? Hey, Peter Parker. It's good. It's good. It's a little. It wants to swell, and it still wants to kind of like close a little bit, but tons better. Tons better. So thank you all. I've still got to go to the eye doctor on Monday. And so that's going to be another check. And then I have to go. This can cause glaucoma and blindness and stuff. So I have to go after seeing her Monday. I have to go in another month. And they're going to do another check for that and stuff. But so far, so good. So far, so good. But still so much better. So yeah. So that's where we are with the Reelies, and I'm like so super stoked. It's a really, 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 really big deal. At least it is for me, because like I said, I never ever dreamed that we'd be able to submit, and I never dreamed that we would be a finalist for this. And like I said, I feel like just being able to be a finalist, I feel like is a win all of its own. Because this video clip was all about Pipsy, and it's all about Pepsi alerting to the blood sugar. And it's a really big deal for Pepsi to have been chosen. And the reason I say Pepsi was chosen is because this shorts, this reel, it is all about him. And it's just such a big deal to be honored like this, to be a finalist as a service dog and as a service dog handler. Just because, sometimes we catch flack about being out in public. People don't want the dog around. We've had people get up and try to move for the restaurant seat, telling me that, just making all kinds of comments, telling me that they don't want to eat with a dog and whatnot, even though he pretty much goes under the table. The reason I say pretty much goes under the table is because some tables cannot accommodate his height for his handle, for his harness. So in that case, he usually lays down in the floor next to me, but he's a trained service dog, so he's not bothering anybody. I mean, he's just laying there. So yeah, we get all kinds of comments, and of course we get people coming up to us that are nice and they're well meaning and they just want to pet my service dog, but you really can't do that. In the emergency room the other day, I had a guy that came up and he was wanting to pet my service dog and he was staff. So I'm sitting there going, okay, do I let him or not? And then another staff member was talking about, yeah, we're going to have to deep clean this room because it's had the dog in there and there might be dog fur. And I'm going, oh my gosh. So for him to be chosen, for me, I'm kind of amazed. Really, really humbled and just kind of amazed because it's just such a big deal. So that's why I need you all's vote over on the Reelies. It's really going to be so helpful. And see, we're up against some influencers. So I need everybody's vote possible to help us get there. And the other reason, like I said, as far as being super excited about being a finalist is, a lot of people don't want to admit that the disabled community exists, and they give us a hard time. Oh my gosh! Like when I was on a walker, oh my gosh, because when I had the foot drop, it developed suddenly over the weekend. And I left the hospital on a walker, not being able to walk without it. And I spent the next 5 months with my foot relearning how to step again. And when I don't believe in staying home, as y'all know. And we still went out places. And I was in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at the Lenox outlet, which is now sadly closed. It did not survive 2020. Already kind of starting to slide. But anyway, I was there and I was with him, I had on my walker, and this guy was just all kinds of rude. He was huffing, he was mumbling, he was talking about people being out in public that should be at home, and I was blocking up everything, and I'm at the end of the display. All he has to do, instead of standing right here and fussing, all he has to do is go right there and right around. And we're talking about a display. We're not even talking about an aisle here, right? So, there are things like that. People will intentionally walk in front of you. I don't know if you all have ever noticed, probably not actually, as I'm about to say this, you probably haven't noticed, but when you have a disability and it's a mobility disability, it's almost like you're punished for it in a way, because the ramps that you need to get into stores and visitor centers and welcome centers, y'all ever notice they go like a lot of times all around the building, all around it? So if you've got to walk and you can't do steps, which usually it's straight up the steps, but if you've got to walk, you've got to go, around at least the front of the building to get in there. So, there's just some challenges, and we won't even get into, like, as far as the ladies' room. Why is the handicap stall all the way to the end? We're not even going to get there. But so those are some of the challenges about being disabled. And so for Reelies to pick my service dog as a finalist, knowing that, obviously, disability there, it's huge for me. And so that's why I want everybody's vote. So let me go in here to the chat. I don't want to miss anything. So Valerie Reese says hello, and Peter asked about my eyes. He's in Deadpool and I can't talk tonight. He's in Deadpool and Wolverine as an extra. Go and see it. It's really good. I will do my best to. Oh, wow. Valerie's going to Columbia in late October. I want to know how that goes. So you're going to have to make sure you take lots of footage. Okay, and Valerie is saying, I've eaten with you and Pipsy in restaurants, and Pipsy's never been a problem. You never even hear a sound from him. That's true. Right here. She nailed it. As you don't get noises from trained service dogs. They lay there and they just wait for you to need them, basically. But some places are really accepting and some aren't. You voted. How many times can you vote? That's a good question. Actually, you're the first person that's asked that. I need to follow up. I'll send him an email about that. Some people are just rude. Yes, they are. I would vote Gail. Go see Deadpool and Wolverine. I in it as an extra. Hugh Jackman talked to me in it. Hugh Jackman is a nice guy. I'm glad you guys got to talk. He is a nice guy. I got to meet him. I went to New York with a friend, and if you here's a tip. If you go to a Broadway play, immediately when that play is finished, immediately, actors are leaving the stage after taking their bows. Hightail it to the back of the theater, because you can sometimes, not always, but sometimes get a few seconds to talk to, some of the actors that are out there. And Hugh Jackman was out there, and he got to talk to several of us. But that's not everybody knows to do that. So there's your hint for the day. So go do that. So yeah, he was really nice. Hey, Robert Lawler's in. Hey, Robert, how are you? And some contests let you vote once a day. I'm gonna have to ask. You're the first person that's mentioned it, and I've been actually so excited about being in this that I forgot to ask. So I'll email them. Hey, we've got Leah. Hey, how are you? I have not read my book yet. I'll admit it. I won the book on Valerie's channel that Leah at Hockenberry Holler wrote. But with my eyes doing its thing with the shingles, I haven't read anything. So, yeah. Yeah, but I will. Don't worry. It's been interesting with the eye issue. But yeah, what can I say? And it's been a time where I've been really glad to have service dog Pipsy around, I'll tell you. So, and they were so nice at the emergency room with him, because you never know how that's going to go. So when we were there, he started acting like he wanted to get up on the bed with me. And I'm thinking, oh, this isn't going to work. But then it did. Once they found out that one of the things he does is he helps with seizures and alerts for that. they were like, we might give you some high dose steroids here in a few minutes, and you're telling us that can cause your seizures. We might really need his help. So, yeah. And so he hopped up there, got up there with me, was there for like well over an hour while they were doing what they needed to do. So, yeah. And let's see, Valerie says, I'm so happy I had the shingles shots a couple of years ago. I didn't really know about the shots. Well, let me back up. I had heard of the shots because I had seen the pharmacy advertising, but I thought you had to be 60 to get the shot, and I kind of didn't like really pay attention to the advertising and stuff much. So yeah, it's got my attention now. Hubby's going to go have the shots, and I'm going to talk to my doctor about it. I see her in October. So yeah, I'm glad you had it because this has been rough. You hear that people with shingles have pain. Let me explain that people with shingles have lots of pain. So, yeah. Just a tip, watch the end of the movie when the Deadpool, I am one of them. That is so cool. One of them from another timeline. Popcorn's yellow striped smile. Okay. That must be coming through on the Facebook side. Okay. Facebook. Did I just say Facebook? I didn't mean to say Facebook. I meant to say YouTube side. Sorry about that. One of those days, people. Days. So I'll pull that up. I see it now. It is. It's cute with the popcorn. Yeah. So that's a really good question. Valerie asked about how often can you vote. I'll message them and I'll dig through stuff. I have not been good at digging through all the information they gave me this past week because of shingles in the eye. So yeah. Hey Val, no worries, Gail. When the time is right, you'll read it. Chris has had so many eye surgeries. I totally get it. He still cannot read or drive. I didn't know about the shingles shot either. Okay. Well, I hate that he can't read or drive. That is not being able to drive when you are used to being able to go and seeing that car sitting in the driveway is just, it's rough. It is rough. I've lost my license a few times thanks to seizures, and it's been rough. Okay, Peter, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that. And I'm going to put the link to the Reelies down in the comments rather than in the description box because I think it's just easier in the comments. So y'all look for that. And it's in the community tab too. So, yeah. So anyway, I'm super stoked. I'm just all agoggle at it. So, all right. So how have you all been? You have a good night too, Peter, by the way. I don't know if I said that. And Valerie says, I don't know what I would do if I couldn't drive. That would be hard. It is. It really is because and I'm sure, Leah, that your husband does this too. It's like, oh, we need milk, bread, and eggs. I'm just going to run to the store and pick it up. So you get your keys and you're halfway to your car and you remember, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to drive yet. You know? Huckleberry Holler says, I get mine in September. I had my shingles in July and it was on my abdomen. Oh. Yeah, mine's all in my head. So I can imagine that being on your abdomen with your clothes rubbing against it constantly would have to be awful. Not that this is good, but that would have to be awful. Chris is in a horrible depression over it. I get that. I get that because you feel not only, well, as far as me, only talking about me here, but not only did I feel like I was boxed in because I couldn't go anywhere, but I also had to rely on everybody else. And I don't like staying home. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but I don't like staying home. Um, so combine that kind of wanderlust, if you will, with feeling like you're a burden on everybody because you don't want to continually ask friends and family, hey, will you take me to the store? I've got to go get milk. Or, hey, could you take me to the pharmacy? I need to pick up my meds. Oh, I have to go to the doctor at such and such date and time. You just, and this was thankfully one thing I am glad about COVID is it made delivery a little more popular and a little more um, reliable and realistic. So, thank goodness for that. But yeah, it's still, I mean, you're begging friends, you're asking friends, and when you want to be independent and you want to be able to go places and you're used to going places, yeah, you do get depressed because you start feeling, not only do you not want to ask just because you're not used to asking for things, but you also start feeling really quick like you're a burden on people and you don't want to be a burden. So all of that comes in together on the health issues when you can't drive. Yeah. And combine that too. I'm sure that some of his restrictions were like me, no power tools. You take power tools away from a man and it gets really bad. No power tools, no mowing, making sure you have somebody at home if you take a shower, not being able to get in the swimming pool in case you have a seizure in the water. Those are some of the things. And with your eyes, you're not going to be able to see in the pool well. So, yeah, I could totally get why he was in a depression over it. Okay, nightgowns were my best friend. That makes sense to me too. That probably has to be just about the only way you could get through having shingles on your abdomen in the area. Yes, I do. I do indeed, Leah. I do. Yeah, it's one of those things. So hopefully he'll be able to move forward. Do they think he'll get his eyesight back soon? I hope so, for lots of reasons. And you see people who you go through something like this with my eyes. I'm going to keep picking on me because I don't want to pick on anybody else. And then you look around and it gives you an appreciation for what people who are permanently visually impaired, you're just getting a tiny taste, I am, of what they go through every day. And my respect level was already really high, but now it's super high. So, oh, and Valerie is saying, I bought Leah's second book. I need to start reading it soon. Ah! So after this one, I get to go buy one. That'll be good. You're going to give me plenty to do. So, if all goes well, fingers crossed that I'm deemed not contagious for kids. But if all goes well, we are leaving next month to go see the grandbaby. And I will need books to read on the trip because we're going to pull the trailer, and that means John's driving. It's not me because I do not like pulling the big trailer. Um, I've actually not done it. I don't like the idea of pulling the big trailer. The small one was enough, but the bigger one, the travel trailer, I just don't want to do that. So, yeah. But if all goes well, so next month is like a incredibly busy month for me. Um, and this is part of why I'm not really sure about going to the red carpet event. Like I want to, but like, can I fit it all in both with time and with, just finances, because I would be going to the Reelies. I've got to go up to Marion, Virginia for a day to help out at a small church in Virginia. Then the next weekend, I would be going, there's a 2-day workshop, which means 3 days out for us, given where we live. And then that I have to go to. And then we're actually leaving from the workshop to go see the grandbaby if all works out. So, yeah. Although grandbaby's a toddler now, they don't stay babies. So, yeah. Yeah, I hope so. I want to go see her. It's just the cuddles. And the bad thing is, she's in New Mexico, and I don't like New Mexico. But anyway, that's where she is. So that's where we got to go. So, yeah. Oh, and I bought her some shirts the other day. I made some on Zazzle, which I enjoy Zazzle a little too much sometimes, because you can just have anything made on Zazzle, and I've used them for years. So I made a little shirt, and it's got alphabet blocks on it, and it says it's a toddler thing. You wouldn't understand, and it's cute. So yeah, and then I made a holy cannoli. Nona says I'm a cutie. Take off on the Italian cannoli in my whole, like background there. So yeah, and they're coming here, and we're going to take them out. But there's the holy cannoli. Nona says I'm a cutie. What can I say? You got to do that. And the graphic was generated by AI. So once in a while, AI gets it right. Not always, but they do sometimes get it right. And then I did this other little T-shirt for her that's so cute. Here's the thing there for that. So if you all look for things that you want to have personalized and made just for your grandchild or your child, Zazzle is the place to go. And there's a little shirt. It's a toddler thing. You wouldn't understand. Now this graphic I made because it was not a complicated graphic. So, yeah. Hopefully her mom will like it. She's going to like it because it's white and she can get it really dirty. And I swear I think that's what toddlers live by. And let's see. Ooh, it is permanent. He hopefully will get prism glasses to help. He sees double vision and sideways in his left eye, which gives him vertigo. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully he can find a way to, get through this emotionally. Valerie's saying this is her busy month. Lee and Chris are coming to visit in a couple of weeks. Y'all are going to have so much fun. I'm excited for you. Cute. Zazzle made my business cards. Yeah, I love Zazzle. And your business card is cute too. I can't reach it. It's over there, but it's cute. And Hockenberry Holler says, I decided the other day I was going to let you folks know the obits from Stovall Methodist. You might know some folks. We are all getting older. Yeah, I would say we would. I would say we definitely would. Because, we were up there. And it's such a small community that even if somebody's not going to your church, because everybody does things at everybody else's church, you meet a lot of people. It's just the way it is. I don't know about Steve. He strikes me as fun, but I can tell you Valerie is a hoot. I'm so excited that you get to go to Columbia, and I'm so excited that you guys get to spend time together. That is so cool. So, well, all right, you all. I was going to keep this a little bit shorter just because when I stare at the screen too much, I get headaches still. So, yeah. So, hoping to, minimize that. But thank you all for coming out and for hanging out. If you get the chance, do go vote. Valerie, I appreciate you getting to vote. And I'll find out about can you vote once a day or how often, or if it's just once in total. So, and Leah, please go vote for us. I'll put that link down in the comments section, okay? Y'all take care. Y'all have fun. Oh, I see Valerie's reminder about her brand new grandbaby. I'm sorry I overlooked that. Congratulations. May you have lots and lots of fun spoiling your new grandbaby. That's what they're for. I've decided. So, congratulations. All right, you all. Take care. Have a great week. Not a good one. Have a great week. And I'll see you all again on Saturday. Little longer live stream on Saturday. Okay. Thank you all. Y'all take care. Okay. Good night.